What's up guys, welcome back. So TCG Metagame breakdown for half of February 2020. Let's take a look. We've had the last UDS past weekend and there is like a lot of spies. I'm sure that, probably everyone already has seen the lists. Most lists have already been uploaded on YouTube. Well, most of the top 8 lists, that is, the most important ones being the top 4 lists, are pretty much all up on YouTube or Facebook on social media. So I'll try to leave all the links in the video description like always. So yeah, a lot of spies. So let's take a look, especially with the next YCSs being this weekend, this upcoming weekend. We have, I believe, YCS Las Vegas, right? And YCS Utrecht, and I'll definitely be attending Utrecht. And yeah, being this tournament being quite huge, a lot of good players attending, it's definitely going to set like, like players picking up these ideas. And especially the top 4 lists being released, I mean, people are going to definitely try out and prepare themselves for these particular matchups and for a couple of decks, mainly both the first and second place for this particular tournament. But the top 32, I think everyone, pretty much everyone already has seen this pie chart, right? There's so much diversity. We are pretty much like maybe 1 month into the new TCG format and like a big month away, like 1.5 months away from the new Master Rule 5. I can call it Master Rule 5 now, because of the upcoming side events at YCS Utrecht using the new Master Rule. But as I mentioned before, a lot of diversity, and as expected, Spiral leading the top cut, right? The top 32 cut off at the UDS Invitational in Tulsa. So yeah, Spiral's leading, and then the other decks like following, the decks that we've been talking about past couple of weeks in the metagame breakdowns, being Luna Light, Altergeist as well, and then some Salmon great players, and then a couple of other builds. But surprise of the weekend, it was a surprise from past weekend at the Card Market Series in Paris last week, where Shaddolls won, Shaddolls and Vogt won, and now the big difference between last weekend and this weekend is that the Shaddolls structure deck was legal, and well, the deck just gets more powerful, so it was bound to happen that more players, good players, would pick up the deck, change it a little bit, change it using the new structure deck, and pilot it all the way to, I believe, the highest place ending list. Shaddolls was, I believe, second place. Yeah, indeed. So without further ado, the first place list, Dragon Links. I believe nobody expected this, but I mean, the player here went, if I remember correctly, went 8-0, so undefeated day 1, and I believe lost his last 2 rounds of day 2. Probably, just there was no need to play. There was the guaranteed top, so no reason to give free information about your side deck, mainly, right? But yeah, eventually he went like through the entire tournament, beat everyone, basically everyone. I mean, until the finals, and winning the finals as well. So Dragon Link, as we have seen in the OCG, it cut some tops here and there, but with the release of the Link 1 Dragon, I mean, it never really took off in a TCG. Okay, it might have had some tops here and there, locals, regionals level, but like high caliber tournaments, maybe up until our most recent TCG ban list, the deck didn't really perform well. People preferred other ways, like Dangers, or like Danger spam deck featuring the level 5, right? And Draconet as well, but this one definitely caught my attention. We have the Seifert as well, the big rocket engine, again very similar to the OCG. A couple of one-offs, we see the Leviathan here as well, the one of Phantasme, full-on hand traps, which is of course quite needed. But yeah, prepare yourselves, especially if you're attending the new YCS. Be it the fact that this deck got first place, people are prepared for it and definitely going to prepare themselves more, either main and or side deck, against Dragon Link. The second place list, I believe, is no, that's not true. Both are very interesting, but Shaddolls, with the new structure deck, a couple of new cards, found their way into like the competitive like Shaddolls deck, right? With Wendy, I believe the name is, of the new one that special summons something from the deck. This is the second place list. The live profiles are up on YouTube, right? But you know, as I mentioned before in previous videos, one of the big weaknesses of Shaddolls is the lack of fusion spells. And look at this, it's running like 12 fusion spells with the Invocation, Super Poly, and then the double, Shaddolls fusion spell cards. Let alone, of course, and as we have seen from the card market series last week, the addition of the Invoked engine, again, somewhat solving the big problem of, first of all, setting up those extra monsters, you know, your link monsters, and of course, more fusion spells and more fusion capabilities. The player here, you know, I've seen the live profile, definitely wanted to go first, as he mentioned, and you know, Winda is such a powerful card against a lot of top tier decks, and I'm looking at something like Salamangreat, where Winda is definitely very strong against. But let alone a couple of new cards here in the main deck, or you know, extra deck, being the new Shaddolls App Cologne. He definitely wanted to fit in one more, but hence why he's also playing only double construct, because there is just no space. Cloth Thief, Cloth Sheep, you know, the new one is also definitely sweet. A staple here for the deck. For the level 4 dark one, what is it called? You know which one I mean, the Invoked Fusion. You know, like the fact that you have the ability to stun your opponent, and the fact that it's potentially rebornable. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I'm just not finding the right words for it, but keep this deck, at least keep an eye out for this deck. If you're attending like YCS Utrecht or YCS Las Vegas, definitely keep an eye out for this deck. It has a huge, floodgate running in the extra deck, being Winda. It is super consistent with those draw cards like Triple Allure, Triple Desires, and the fact that it's not main decking hand traps makes it at least much more interesting. I like that he's not running the trap card of Shaddolls. Anyway, so more lists coming. We have the top 4 spiral list, the highest ending up spirals, scrap spirals indeed, so no extravagance build, but I like the scrap spiral build indeed, because you know, like the scrap engine gives you immediately a link to on board, makes or facilitates your Appaloosa plays, for example, right? I mean, it sets up your engine even more. And indeed, no Ash Blossom in the main deck, but definitely side-decking a couple of those anti-cards, like the Lightning Storm, the Twin Twister, you know, like those reasons why anti-meta is not really taking off, or is, I guess, underperforming. We have True King Dinosaurs as well from Scott Page. This deck is also like doing quite great, let alone that, you know, in Master Rule 5 and the new Jewel Beast is definitely going to put this deck, or give this deck a big boost, or a bigger boost than it now has, going second with those evenly matched, and Lightning Storm here in the main deck. Interesting pick. Again, yeah, you can't ignore this deck. Definitely keep an eye out for that. The top 8 Luna Light one definitely caught my attention as well. It was main decking Zodiac Barrage, again basically for more rank, the Thoroughblade for your field, and the small Fire Fist engine with the Fire Fist link too, which makes your, is it Bear? You know which one I mean, the level 4 Fire Fist, that it's not Bear, but you know, it basically, it's like a spinny for Fire Fist, reborns itself, and thanks to the link you don't have to control or send those continuous spells and traps from your side of the field to the graveyard. So an interesting run, interesting pick. Let's see how this is going to, our people are going to pick up this small sub strategy for, you know, like during the upcoming weekend of the YCSs. Last list here we have Altergeist, but yeah, it's Altergeist, right? And nothing really I can tell or talk about this. Very straightforward. Another list caught my attention was from the side events. First place, it was up on Team Bortles channel, and it was like a Luna Light build, well, Magician Souls, right? Nothing too spectacular there, but it was running like a small Onomatopoeia engine, you know, like a couple of those monsters, and the continuous spell called Onomatopoeia, if I'm not mistaken, directly searches one of your Do-Do-Do, Zubaba cards or Go-Go-Go cards. Basically just, you know, some extra rank 4 shenanigans. So I definitely like the idea, and maybe this idea will be picked up for us, you know, like YCS Utrecht this upcoming weekend. Then an extra tournament here from Italy, second place Dinosaurs as well. Okay, it's cool that the players are keeping themselves to 40 cards main deck for Dinosaurs, since I remembered when I played Dinosaurs and I just couldn't keep it at like 43 or 44 cards. Anyway, so another like last tournament here. won by Salmon Grades, and that's like a deck we haven't seen that much, at least not that great represented in a top 8 spot from Tulsa last weekend. And yeah, Salads, well, Shaddolls is just a hard counter for this deck, so Salmon Grades definitely need to adapt their main deck, like for example add in that Dynamysticus, the Paleozoic trap that potentially banishes something like Winda. So yeah, those floodgates for Shaddolls could definitely cause some problems. Second place we have True Dracos. Definitely don't underestimate this deck, the power of floodgates is still quite strong. Same for Salad, a small change, you know, something we have seen in the previous artists in the past is the addition of the small resonator engine, you know, horse sprints for an example, to get the ball rolling for the deck. So interesting, but I'm expecting, you know, Shaddolls doing much more, and, you know, both structured decks, Salmon Grades and Shaddolls. But for the upcoming weekend, I definitely expect more Shaddolls, and Shaddolls doing much better compared to Salads. But again, don't ignore Salads. Anyway, so you have Blackwings as well, interesting one with Steam the Cloak, and imagine this deck with Needle Fiber. Yeah, imagine this deck with Needle Fiber. But yeah, interesting one, you know, with Master Rule 5, this deck will definitely gain a boost. And last but not least, we also have an Invoked Magnite, but again, quite stable, going second with those evenly matched as well in the main deck. So interesting one. Definitely very excited for the next YCS. This weekend YCS Utrecht, and the results from, you know, past weekend are definitely going to have a huge impact on the players and playtesting and deck choices. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.